Alright, what's up guys, subscribers of Joey? You got Thunderblunder here, and today, as you can see, I'm uploading for Joey because right now he's not feeling too well, so I decided to do a nice guest narration for him, and here we are. So if you're looking at it, it is a showdown battle that I had versus someone by the name of Tele. A little backstory to this game. For those of you who don't know about what Smogon Frontier is, I think Joey did upload some games of it, but pretty much what it is that it's like a Smogon tournament, and you have to beat 15 players that are designated in their each like best tier, and you have to beat all of them, and then you get like a trophy. So there were 9 XYOU brains that were chosen, and this Tele guy came up to me and he said, "Are you an XYOU brain?" Now I hadn't played Pokemon in a couple of days. I was a little bored, so I went ahead, lied right to his face, and told him, "Of course I'm an XYOU brain." So we ended up having this game, and it turned out to be a really good game. So I'm looking at it. His team pretty balanced, pretty annoying as well. He's got this Clef Heatran Slowbro core going on, as well as Mega Scizor, which is always really annoying as well. My team is pretty much a fun team. I think I did a PO live with it, based around just like some nice Volturn with Scarf Landers plus Scarf Staraptor, some nice Specs Raikou, and then Pinsir and Bisharp to do some sweeping. So yep, that was pretty much the team, and it turned out to be a pretty good battle, so let's just hop right into it. So right off the bat, I'm lead off with my Specs Raikou, seeing as that he doesn't really have many switch-ins to this, plus he has no electric resist, so straight off the bat I go for the Volt Switch. He stays in for some reason. I really don't know why. I mean, if I T-bolted, he would have died, but I guess he was pretty confident that I wouldn't, and yep, so I'm going to go into my Bisharp here. Now here, I double predicting him to go into his Scizor because unfortunately I don't have Pursuit, so I'm going to go into my Raikou. Instead, though, he goes into his Terrakion. Now, his Terrakion could be Scarf because Heatran or Clef could have Rocks, so I'm going to go into my Landers here in case he is, as he goes right for the EQ, which pretty much tells me that he is probably Scarf, so yep, that works out well for me, and I can just U-turn on his Slowbro that he brings in, and pretty much start back up this nice Volturn core. Because like I said, his best switch into a Volt Switch is like Latios, which is going to be taking like 25% each time. So, yep, now he's going to make the play of going into his Latios. I'm going to get a nice amount of damage on that thing, and going to be able to bring in my Bisharp for free because I don't really have much to take on this Latios otherwise. So, yep, I'm going to switch out here, predicting him to go back into his Scizor, but he gets me here. He's going to go for the Trick, revealing that he's actually Scarf. So he's running, what I guessed at this point was that he was running some dual Scarfer team. And I'm going to Volt Switch again into my Bisharp, thinking that I would take this Draco, but no, I definitely don't take it well. Take a nice 93%, 92% from that, and now I didn't want to die to my Life Orb hit. I knew the Scizor was coming in. Gonna double back into my Raikou to get up a decent amount of damage, but the thing is, I'm Scarf now, so without Specs I am pretty weak, so gonna Volt Switch out of there, and I believe here I'm going to bring in my Landorus, if I'm not wrong. No, I go to my Staraptor. Alright, that makes sense too, because I am Scarf. I guess looking back at it, I should have gone into Landers because I do reveal that I'm Scarf now for pretty much no reason, and yeah, get a crit there. It still does nothing because I'm actually a lot of HP invested thanks to having Final Gambit, but I can go back into Raikou here. Again, I got this nice Volturn core going on. Gonna bring in, he's gonna bring in his Heatran, take a little bit of damage, and this is perfect for me because finally I have a great opportunity to get up my rocks with Terrakion, and that's exactly what I'm gonna do here. So he's gonna make the hard switch into his Scizor because Mega Scizor can take these hits pretty easily, and yeah. So here I go into Raikou. This was not a good play on my part. I probably should have just like taunted or close combated because Raikou's Scarf could have been nice for dealing with Terrakion. So not sure how good of a play that was on my part, but whatever. Now I'm gonna bring in my Terrakion here, predicting to go for the SD, but instead he just goes for the Roost. And now I'm in kind of a pickle. I gotta get Scizor weakened because looking at it, if it does get up some SDs and starts roosting up, it can do a lot of work against my team. But here I know for a fact that he's probably just going to roost up, seeing how little my close combat did. So I'm going to taunt him instead, and that works out really well. So here, he switches out here, I guess not wanting to kill me off with BP, because then I can bring in like Pinsir or Raikou or something. So he goes into his Slowbro, eats up that close combat nicely, as here I think I'm just going to go for the Stone Edge, get off a bit of damage, and it actually does a really nice amount, as he's going to knock me out. So now I know for sure that I can be able to kill him off with the Volt Switch, so I can pretty much just bring Raikou back in here and Volt Switch up again. So he needs a Slowbro though. It's too important for him to have because it walls like 3 of my Pokemon, as he's going to bring in a Scizor. And Scizor is pretty much gone at this point, so what I was fearing like the entire game is pretty much a non-threat at this point because now I can bring in Pinsir. He has no switch-ins to Pinsir because he lets Slowbro get weakened, so nice enough he's going to let Scizor die. So in comes Slowbro again. I'm not messing with a T-Wave. I'm not messing with Scald Burns. I'm a hard switch into my Raikou. I'm a hard switch into Bisharp. My bad. As he's going to double into his Heatran. I guess predicting Raikou. I'm not sure. But here I'm going to get him. I don't have Pursuit on this Bisharp because I actually have Life Orb Low Kick and he's just gonna get blown away. So I guess he thought that was an opportunity to get up his rocks, but no, he's gonna get crushed by that low kick, and that works out way too well for me. And luckily, yeah, Bisharp did have to take that Draco early on, but it came with the cost of getting rid of Heatran, which was really nice. So now he's gonna bring in a Slowbro. As I double into my Lando, predicting his Terrakion to just go for the Stone Edge, but no, he outplays me there, and that's kind of annoying because I don't really have Scald Switch-ins besides the Raikou, and I have to pretty much pray that I don't get burned here. So I U-turn out, go into Raikou. Scald doesn't alright him out, but he does get the burn, so now I have to play really, really smart because Slowbro can beat my team. So he's gonna switch out of here. I believe he brings in Clef, yeah, as I'm gonna both switch out, do an alright amount, I guess, considering he is Spadef. But I got my Pinsir here. Look at his team. He has no switch-ins at all to this. Just going to go for a nice solid return. I could have SD'd, but I'm still under the impression that, well, it's not like that doesn't even matter if his Terrak was Scarfed or not because it still outspeeds Pinsir. But +2 quick attack wouldn't kill. So he goes for the Flamethrower. Doesn't do much to my Pinsir at all. And get rid of that thing. So in comes this Terrak. I believe I'm going to go into my Landers here. And this does a ton to me. At this point, I had no idea what his item was because -1 doing 47 is just ridiculous. I thought maybe he was adamant. I didn't know what to make of it, but whatever. I'm just gonna go for the U-turn here, knowing that he's not gonna stay in, and that works out well for me. So I believe I'm gonna go into my Raikou here because I have one more hit. I think I don't know what I do. I think I just fired off a Shadow Ball or something. I'm not completely sure what I do, or maybe do I have volts? Yeah, no, I do Shadow Ball. Knock out the Latios, and at this point, it's his Slowbro and Terrak versus my my 3 flying types. So I'm gonna go into Staraptor here, hoping he would bring in Slowbro, and he does. And now you're gonna see the big twist. I got Final Gambit on Staraptor. Slowbro's gonna go down, pretty much the biggest threat. And at this point, because I got rid of Slowbro, I can easily win if I do not get crit by the Stone Edge. So gonna go into Landers. He brings in the Terrak. He does turn out to be Adamant Scarf here, as we're gonna see, and luckily he's gonna die to this EQ, and that's gonna be the game. So that was a really close game, Tele. Yep. Hope you guys enjoyed. Drop a like if you did. Feel free to check out my channel, and yeah, guys, peace.